Yo, Win Column family, thanks for hanging out with me. Look, if you're like most football fans with a fantasy team, you have possibly you have one of the Rams running backs or two of the three or three of the three, and you're trying to figure out what's going on there in LA, man, with the Rams, right? So look, um, I've been checking it out because I'm one of those people who have a couple of these guys, and I want to show you what we have going on in LA with the Rams. They're the league's most run heavy team so far, 2 weeks into the league, but you may be trying to figure out which one of these guys should I be starting, keeping, stashing. Maybe I'm even, letting the guy go. So please bear with me, guys. I'm having a little bit of a allergy flare up here. But look, we're going to have some fun. We're going to check this out. We're going to start with the rookie, Cam Akers. And the theme with Cam Akers is this is a guy who likes to run pretty much full speed in the brick walls, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so like I said, on the first play that we're going to check out from Cam Akers, we're going to see a guy who likes to run full speed in the brick walls, man. This is just what you see on film a lot. This is what he does. He's a rookie. This was his third carry of the game, okay? We'll slow it down for you a little bit. But when it comes to the Rams offense, right, their running offense, I should say, what the Rams want to accomplish, okay? You're talking about the stretch zone scheme. So what the Rams want to accomplish is they want to be able to create some cutback lanes for the running back. Dallas is a good team. They did a good job of kind of, making sure those kind of holes aren't available. When you watch the play in slow motion, you could say maybe something opens up in the B gap where Van Der Esch is, but no, because Van Der Esch is there, right? But typically on his film, what I saw from Cam Akers constantly is he's kind of going in the direction that the offensive line is going. That's how he's kind of running that stretch play. And, what kind of happened is what you really saw because of that is, him constantly having pretty much short gains, being stopped at the line for no gain, things of that nature, right? So, what that means for him, going forward is that he has to kind of slow himself down, press the line of scrimmage, right? Be patient, look for those cutback lanes and try to find them. So look, I'm not going to show you a lot of his tape because really it wasn't a whole lot of good to show you. It's mostly things that he needs to improve on. And the Rams were giving him every opportunity. As we know, he ended up getting hurt though. Let's take a look at a play, what to me was his encouraging play, okay, in week one versus the Cowboys. All right, so here is fourth quarter, 2nd and 6. This is literally Cam Akers' last run of the day, and just trust me on this because I don't want this to be a super long video. Most of his runs were like the ones that I showed you, was like the one that I showed you to open the video, right? This was his last run of the day, and it was the one encouraging run that I felt like I saw on film, right? Let's take a look at why I felt that way. You'll see it much better from the end zone angle, but we'll look at it at this angle to start it out though, right? Rams always use emotion with the receivers, and Cam Akers finally, for once on the whole entire day, okay, the last carry that he takes, he finally presses the line of scrimmage, right? He's pretty much squared to the line of scrimmage, good footwork, puts one foot in the ground, takes the play back against the grain where the hole is. That's pretty much what the Rams are looking for. Now, that's not always going to be there. Sometimes you are going to be able to bounce that, off the tackle. But the reality of the stretch zone and the movement that they create, the wide receiver misdirections, is to get the defense to be undisciplined, to use against the defense any lapses and being in the proper gaps. So you're really trying to take advantage of a defense undisciplined, keep their eyes looking all over the place, and use that against them. So you have to kind of run patient. You have to have good bursts. He has that, but what he doesn't have so far in just 2 games is that patience that you need to be able to find the right hole. The kid is explosive. The kid is really good at football, obviously, right? But really it's just not there. So remember, This is the very last carry that he got in this game, right? So I want to show you what the first carry is that he got in the very next game, week 2. Watch this. So here we go. Now we have the Rams week 2 against the Eagles. Like I said, the very last carry against the Dallas Cowboys, very encouraging, very patient, found the cutback lane, literally the only run he had like that the whole entire game, right? So we come into week 2, we're feeling encouraged. We're like, okay, maybe it took a little while to get it, but Cam Akers was able to slow down a little bit, and he's going to do what we would want him to do in the offense, right? Take a look here, though, right? Just once again, full speed into brick walls. So this end zone angle is going to show us what Cam Akers needs to improve on, which is, like I said, running full speed into brick walls, right? The whole thing is misdirection. So on this particular play, as you guys would have seen in the all 22, right, we're going to slow it down. We're going to make a couple things more obvious. You're going to get the line crashing down to the left, right? You're going to get a receiver in motion. It's all designed to make the defense think, okay, this run is going left, okay? But we're going to get a counter, and let's take a look at what Cam Akers does here, right? There's that motion. We're going to try to get the defense, imbalanced. We're going to try to get their eyes looking in the wrong direction, right? We're going to try to get ourselves an advantage to the side of the field that we know we actually want to go with this ball. And what we see here is a play where, the defense is trying to be really, really disciplined, right? But Cam, look, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this here. What Cam Akers needs to do is be a little bit more patient with his runs. And if you are going to be aggressive outside like that to sell it, right? When you have your foot in the ground like this, what you would expect, okay, foot is in the ground. It's time to explode up the field. But if you look at Cam's eyes, they're here. And honestly, they're in this direction the whole time. So what we get is a hole that you can drive a forklift through, right? But a player that's stuck on the back of his wide receiver, right, and has yet to cut off the shoulder of that tight end as he should. This is the NFL. Things happen extremely quick, right? When you have missed that hole, you're not going to be able to get back to it and still get the amount of yards that you would have been able to had you pressed the line of scrimmage, stuck a foot in the ground, and exploded through that hole the way that you should have. I mean, this is not me coming down on the kid. This is me saying he's a rookie. And Darrell Henderson had a lot of the same problems in his rookie year. And he had issues that I saw on tape in college that made me not really high on him as a guy to pursue in fantasy drafts last year for myself personally, right? So when it's all said and done, okay, I bring this up to just to say Cam Akers needs to run better, okay, for him to be the kind of guy that we think he can be this year in fantasy, especially the way that Darrell Henderson played last week, which I'll show you guys next. At the end of the day, we're going to need more from Cam Akers. Okay, so this time we're going to take a look at Darrell Henderson, right? Second year back for the Rams. We're going to look at how he did. Only had 3 carries against the Cowboys, was a little bit banged up. It looked like the Rams wanted to get Cam Akers going. Malcolm Brown seemed to kind of steal the show, though, when it was all said and done. They couldn't find an excuse not to give him carries. But Darrell Henderson came in when Cam Akers got hurt and played really well in this game. This is not a big gain, but it's an example of what the Rams want out of their offense. And it's just 3 yards, right? But look, we're going to see that the line of scrimmage is a little bit muddled, okay? But Darrell has not made a decision on where he's going to go prematurely, right? He's reading the line of scrimmage. As you can see, body going this way, eyes are here. He's looking for that cutback, right? He's going to find it, right? And he's going to explode through it. And that's what these guys really want at the end of the day out of their running game, right? So that was, one of I believe that was about his 3rd carry of the game. So, that's getting yourself started pretty good. And from there, he just got hot, and I'm going to show you guys. Okay, look, so like I said, Darrell Henderson was hot, man. Once he got into the game, he had a good feel. He was very patient in this game. He was very explosive, as you're going to see right here. Look at that. He was just explosive on this day. When he found ways to get himself in the open field, he was very patient at the line of scrimmage. He was very explosive when it was time to be explosive. I can't really say anything bad about Darrell Henderson's week 2 performance. And this is a guy that I didn't love coming out of the draft, but this is exactly what you want to see. This is a guy that's being patient. This is a guy that's that understands the scheme of his offense. And this is a Rams offensive line that's playing better than last year. And I mean, that's exactly what you want in a play like that. And that's just something that we weren't seeing from Cam Akers in the many touches that he got. Again, I think that Darrell Henderson has gained back that young back that's going to be out there being explosive, that could be the fantasy asset for the Rams offense that we wanted Cam Akers to be, that we didn't know if Darrell Henderson would be after not doing much with his opportunities last year, right? So let's take a look at something else. Okay, that last run went for 40 yards. How about a 12-yard gain? Just, again, stretch zone offense, being patient, pressing the line of scrimmage, keeping his eyes, reading the defensive lineman, looking for a gap to present itself. This is what you want. Look at his eyes darting back and forth at the line of scrimmage. He's reading, he's being patient, he's finding the cutback lanes, and when he finds it, he's being explosive through it. This is what you ask your back to do in an offense like this. It's just pretty much that simple. So look, if you're looking for other reasons to be encouraged about Darrell Henderson's usage in this offense, here he is here in the ugliest circle of all time. He's going to be matched up against a linebacker here, running the running back wheel route straight up the seam, right? He's not the first choice, so this isn't designed for him, but Goff finds him, right? We don't get a completed pass, but check out the play here. This is another thing to be encouraged about. I mean, this is a red zone target. This is what you want to see. Nothing special about that route. Just runs right by the guy, and at the end of the day, if we get a better throw there, that's a touchdown. So at the end of the day, you got to be happy with that, right? Let's take another look at Darrell Henderson being used in the passing game. This time he's actually in the slot, okay? He's right here to the bottom of your screen, right? He's going to find himself matched up with 22, Jalen Mills, right? And he's going to beat him up the field. And at the end of the day, we're going to get a big play out of this. Darrell Henderson matched up there on the bottom of your screen, going deep, is able to turn around, make the catch. That's almost a touchdown. He's rewarded by being able to run in the 2-yard touchdown right after this play. When you see it from the end zone angle, you're going to miss a lot of it, but you're going to see the catch a little bit better, right? That's another good play. So again, looking at the Cam Akers injury, seeing the opportunity that Darrell Henderson got, I think he's now up to about 60% ownage in a lot of leagues. There's some leagues where he was already owned. Many people had dropped him, so he's a free agent in a lot of leagues before week 2. So, I mean, this is a guy that if you picked up, as much as the Rams are using the ball the way that they're using their running backs, you got to be encouraged. So, look, yeah, did Darrell Henderson look great? Yes, but there's something that I have to share with you guys, okay? The fantasy community, okay, the experts, that community is telling you constantly. They were saying that Cam Akers will eventually take over this job. Now they're going to be saying that Darrell Henderson is eventually going to take over this job. And I got to be honest with you guys, from the tape that I'm looking at, I don't see Malcolm Brown going anywhere. I just don't, okay? It's very frustrating from a fantasy standpoint. What we all want to see is one running back getting all of the opportunities, as much of them as possible, 70%, 80% of the opportunities, right? Getting the design pass plays and things of that nature. But we're in a time and we're in an era where it really just doesn't happen that way. And on top of that, Malcolm Brown was playing well against the same Cowboys line that Cam Akers was consistently struggling with. Malcolm Brown played really well. Like I said, the cutback lanes were available all day versus the Cowboys. This here is just a good run when you see that from the end zone angle. This is all just patience, right? And just wiggle. This isn't anything extremely special, right? We're talking about something that only gained 7 yards, right? But look at the patience when you see it in slow motion, right? Takes that handoff, he's able to stick a foot in the ground, finds the hole almost immediately, pops back, off the left shoulder of the guard to get in there for a nice 7-yard run. At the end of the day, these are the kind of runs that aren't really on the tape for Darrell Henderson or really Cam Akers. It's really just not there for Cam Akers right now. Wasn't there for Darrell Henderson last year. But when Darrell Henderson kind of breaks runs, he just kind of breaks those big ones. He uses his explosiveness. He's a guy that just kind of gets himself going north and south really fast, right? But Malcolm Brown shows an ability to kind of wiggle himself around to be able to get every single inch, every single blade of grass that is blocked. He finds a way to get it. And that's just something that I don't think the Rams coaches are going to shy away from. He's just way too efficient in their offense. Let's check out some more Malcolm Brown right here from the 25, right? Let's check it out from the all-22 to show a little bit more what I'm talking about. Every blade of grass, he's going to get the cut back. He's going to make a guy miss. And he's going to find a way to fall forward every time that you come in contact with this guy's body. He seems to find a way to fall forward. I'm telling you, these kind of runs, it's going to make it so that he's not going anywhere. I think if you have Darrell Henderson, if you have Malcolm Brown on your roster, keep them, okay? Here we go, another Malcolm Brown run. Look, he's going to get every blade of grass, almost got the cutback lane before he was brought down by Alden Smith, who was all over the field, by the way. But look at this. I mean, we're talking about a run that's blocked well. There's space here. He's able to get up there, eat it, stick his foot in the ground, find somewhere to get more blades of green grass. I mean, this guy's an efficient runner. He's not going anywhere in his offense. I'm sorry to say this to the fantasy community. Unless he gets hurt, this guy's going to be involved all year. I think the thing that contributed to him falling off at some point a little bit quicker last year is that Todd Gurley was still there. This was a team that was still paying Todd Gurley a lot of money. This was their star player, and they were going to start integrating him again, and they just decided to kind of do that slowly because he was right in the thick of that arthritic knee situation really flaring up. So at the end of the day, though, this year we're talking about Malcolm Brown with two young guys, a second-year player, a rookie player. I think the Rams clearly like handing this guy the ball, and I don't think it's going to end, and he gets thrown the ball as well and has good hands. Now, listen, I had this video cut up to show a lot of plays in Dallas because Malcolm Brown was just running so well, scored 2 touchdowns in that game, had a couple of catches, so he was used in the pass game. But look, just to show you, I mean, it wasn't a fall off with the Eagles. I mean, in the game against the Eagles in week 2, I should say. It's just that he got banged up. There were more runs where he got stopped in the backfield. This was a Darrell Henderson kind of game, and that may be what we see where we won't really know which one of these guys is going to go off. But I would say after 2 weeks, Malcolm Brown or Darrell Henderson are going to get enough opportunities for one of these guys to really make some plays. But I mean, this is just this is the third touch of the game that Malcolm Brown gets here. We're going to see it in the all-22. Look, cuts back again. I mean, he's just able to kind of get that little dead leg move going. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the shiftiest guy. He's just that Mr. Reliable kind of veteran that is very frustrating for fantasy owners, right? Because you just wish he would go away so that your shiny young toy, Darrell Henderson or Cam Akers, can run out there and get you points and make you look like the smartest guy in your fantasy league. But at the end of the day, right, coaches like reliable backs that they can trust to go out there and execute the plays that they call. And that's what Malcolm Brown is, and he's here to stay. I'm telling you. So listen. All I'm trying to say here, as we kind of watch Malcolm Brown, on one of these plays, they really like to run with Robert Woods coming in motion as a lead blocker. They really like to run this with Malcolm. They give him an opportunity to get a touchdown here. I think this guy is going to be a thorn in our sides, but that's for the people who don't have him. Those for the Henderson owners, the Akers owners. At the end of the day, for people like myself who has Akers and Malcolm Brown on one of my fantasy teams, right? What it's more so about is, just being patient, um, continuing to see how it shakes out. I wouldn't say drop Cam Akers. If you're in a deep enough league, have a roster where you can afford to hold on to him, because if somebody gets hurt, that immediately becomes the guy. Again, I don't know if he's putting on tape enough for me to feel, super positive about that. But at the same time, he's a rookie and he should only get better. But Henderson looks good. Malcolm Brown looks good. To me, those guys are starts depending on week and game script and things of that nature right now for a run-heavy offense. So at the end of the day, guys, that's my 2 cents on the Rams running back. I hope that this was helpful for some of you guys making some fantasy decisions, whether it's trades, drops, ads, all that stuff that, we deal with as fantasy GMs out here, man. So look, again, I hope I was helpful to somebody. Thanks a lot for watching. If you like the content, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this stuff again. Sorry that, I've been away for so long, for those of you who actually care, but definitely going to be seeing my ugly face a lot more, man. So thanks a lot for your for watching. Hope to see you again.